These are things that we hate about the NBA community, specifically Johnny Arnett, but we'll get our off to.
If he says what I hate,
Let me start off this video by making my heart and feelings clear. I
Oh,
freaking
wow.
love my job, and I love this group of subscribers that I've got. If you're a YouTuber and you're not grateful for your following,
shout out to the
something
Arnettis.
must be wrong about the way you were raised. When I
Oh,
take
wow.
my
Oh,
wife
no,
to
I kinda
dinner,
hate
we
you.
say a
I hate
prayer
these
and thank
guys.
the
I
Lord
don't-
for what we've been given, and sometimes
I love my mama. I hate
literally
y'all.
audibly say thank you subs as well. And we usually chuckle, but the gesture is genuine. I never want to lose that attitude of gratitude when it comes to how much you guys have blessed my life. So anyway,
Shout out to
enough
y'all.
already about that warm and fuzzy sappy crap.
He just gave y'all a
Sometimes,
compliment
not
sandwich,
specifically
chat.
my
I don't fall
audience,
for
but
that.
the bas-
I'm not gonna lie, people do be skipping over the preface now. At some point, I might just skip the preface portion of my takes. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I just get down to the meat and potatoes.
He just tried to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see me trolling, talking about, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'd rather you troll me. Say you hate me. I ain't gonna lie, you try to butter me up and then dunk on me. Boy, you tried to saute. I ain't no mushroom, nigga. What are you doing?
I ain't gonna lie, you got some beautiful eyes. You know what I'm saying? Your hair look good.
But your
But
breath
your fat-
kicking it.
But your breath, that shit is ass. And you fat as fuck. Stupid? Like, come on, bro. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. What were the compliments? What'd you say? You
I'm
like
about to
my
say,
eyes?
you get amnesia.
You like my ears?
You say you like,
The fuck?
you like my right? You like my ears? Like, oh man.
general make certain narratives and critiques that honestly blow my mind with how ridiculous they are. And it gets to a point where you hear them regurgitated enough that it literally gets to the point of annoyance. I know I'm not speaking a foreign
Plumbers
language
is
here.
definitely gonna be
You
on
guys
here,
are
man. I ain't
basketball
gonna lie.
fans with your own strong opinions.
Yeah.
You know
Ooh.
exactly what
Stop
I'm
discrediting the
talking
old
about.
guys.
Today, I'm
I
explaining
don't know if
the
that's in
two
my
things
top
that annoy me the
3,
most about
but it
basketball
probably is in
fandom
his.
as a whole.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Let me know in the comments what are
Yeah.
some things that
I
annoy
know.
you
I know
as
it's
well.
in my 3.
First off, the criticism of quote bad defense in specific
Ah,
areas. This
Kind
goes
of,
both
kind
ways.
of.
I can
Older
see it.
basketball
I can
fans
see
criticize the general defense of the modern era, and younger basketball fans criticize the defense of past eras.
Okay,
Neither
yeah,
perspective
you're thinking,
particularly annoys me on the surface level, but for me, it's their approach that drives me insane. If you go on social media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, you'll see a highlight from past basketball eras, and in the comments will be annoying modern fans talking about how defense was horrible back then. At the same time, you'll see current NBA highlights, and in the comments will be a bunch of triggered old guys
Come on,
talking
bro.
about
You
how
can't even
bad
double
defense
bro.
is today. The annoying part is how people draw these massive conclusions based on anecdotal evidence. Anyone can draw some massive conclusion off of one specific play, but that play doesn't do an accurate job of portraying
Look
the
at him,
lay
now
of
he's
the
trying
land
to
as a
rotate.
whole. Even the greatest defensive players in NBA history
He missed
have
block
had
trash.
instances where they were lazy on defense, or didn't make the right rotations when they needed to. Now, if there's a massive 15-minute long compilation video of a specific player being lazy on defense, well then okay.
Hey, even then, LeBron has played enough basketball for him to deadass have a 20-minute highlight reel of bad highlights.
Thank you for saying it. You know, hey, honorable mention for Sage. If we ever do our top 3 or top 2 at the end of the video, honorable mention. The highlight watching era even died. Like, niggas don't even do that no more, and you know that's gonna lead to an actual take. But the fact that used to be a thing was already crazy, and niggas don't even do that no more. It's evolved from highlight eras. So
Well, now we can solidify a narrative. But let's not be the kind of fan who saw one player poorly defending Michael Jordan, or one guy poorly defending LeBron James, so now we have to condemn an entire era for it. The more interesting conversation
In
are the way
hindsight, it's pretty
defenses have
stupid.
changed throughout the eras, and the way the rules allow certain advantages while eliminating others. Stuff like the switch from the man defenses to zone defenses, the elimination of hand checking, the changes in refereeing, and the way the game is more spaced out due to better perimeter shooting. All of
Especially
these
that
are more
one.
worthy of an in-depth discussion than a couple of dudes getting lazy on defense, which has
Honestly,
literally
especially
been
if you don't
happening
really,
since
but-
the day the game was invented. The second thing that significantly annoys me is when people tell me
he
that
really
I'm
is
too
on the
biased
old heads
towards
today.
older
I wasn't
players.
expecting that.
If any of you viewers consider yourself a basketball historian, get ready to hear a lot of this one. This is obviously coming fresh after my 30 greatest players video. And in the video,
Hey, that's a
gave my
response
very
video right
subjective
here.
List of the best
Get
players
your
of all
get
time.
back. I
As
fuck with
always,
any
these
NBA
types of
nigga
lists
that
tend
go
to
back
trigger
at the
people.
comments.
Now, one of
Fuck
the
it.
more common criticisms was that my list was too biased toward older players. I'm not gonna lie, this was one of the dumbest casual takes I've heard.
Yes,
This is
sir.
how these Neanderthals think.
Oh,
The
shit.
last
Yes,
15
sir.
years in NBA history are what they consider as new players. And the first 61 years of NBA history are all lumped together and are considered as old players. And if you're picking and ranking players higher from here than you are from here, then you're too biased towards older players. Not only are the quote
Yeah.
older players a much larger pool, but all of these guys also have completed resumes, while the younger players do not. Many people are wanting
Where's
to
Jaylen
catapult
Brown?
Nikola Jokic into the top 10 greatest players of all time.
Oh my
And
God.
Sure, he's had a
10?
remarkable peak,
Damn.
but
Already?
when you compare his complete body of work to, say, Hakeem Olajuwon,
That
who is a
all-time
guy
word.
who is typically placed on the edge of the top 10, then you can see how it's not a fair comparison.
Phoenix said passing
as
that
the newer
motherfucking assist is
player is still in the
hilarious.
process.
I see it though, but to some regard, the waiting game shit, there's a level to where like, okay, now you're just being obtuse, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't need to wait until year 5 to say LeBron James is greater all time than Carlos fucking Boozer. Like, I'm sorry, even though he has more totals. I didn't need to wait for LeBron to pass Kareem on the all-time scoring list to say that he had better longevity and arguably is a better scorer, like shit like that. But I see where you're coming from, though. I see where you're coming from.
A full legacy. Now listen, angry 15-year-old in the chat. Unlike you,
Damn.
the NBA was not
Oh my
born
God.
yesterday.
I thought
I
you
just
lied,
knew
man.
you
In
was
the rich
15.
history of this game, there are many incredibly talented and deserving individuals. You're talking about more than 6 decades worth of amazing basketball that you simply write off as older players. The issue isn't that we're too biased towards older generations.
You just don't know
the
them.
issue is that
You
you
don't
have
know.
a very limited knowledge of basketball history.
Who's
But
the
it's a
casual?
free country.
Yeah.
So go ahead and keep calling everything that's happened in the last 10 years the greatest thing of all time, even though your conscious reality of time is roughly 10 years. You
Oh
are
my
definitely
Lord.
the arbiter of what's the greatest thing of all time.
Ah.
Now, you guys didn't think I was just gonna go after some of the younger fans.
Bitch, call him a
right?
bitch.
Nope.
Yeah.
For my
Must
third
be.
topic of annoyance, I'm looking at a few of the older fellas in the community who always
Oh,
love to
this is really a
have
clapback video because
survived
he's on this.
in
Giannis
previous
couldn't
eras.
play in the
Clapback
I
90s.
hate to break it
Type
to you,
shit.
but this everything was better back in my day rhetoric is
Papa
something
was
that's
a Rolling
basically
Stone.
always been a thing in the NBA. This is an interview from Conan O'Brien's show in 1997. And in the interview, Wilt Chamberlain claims that the unstoppable force that is Shaquille O'Neal would struggle against centers
Man,
from the
he
1960s.
lucky Shaq wasn't
In
in
the
this.
same
Man,
interview,
man,
listeners
let
on
me
the
not.
show
Let me
about
not.
If
Michael
we
Jordan.
really talking,
Well, his
Shaq is the
playstyle
one
is
guy that
6'7",
every era
he's,
is hogging niggas.
197 pounds. Coming into what we call our domain, the pivot for us big guys, would not have been very wise of Michael, if he was playing during our time. So we would say, Michael,
Jeffrey?
as long as you do all those fancy things
Yes.
outside of where we are, that's fine. So it wouldn't have been good for Michael.
Really?
He would
You
have
think,
he would have
he'd been
took that
crushed, is what you're
soundbite
saying.
and
I
yammed
don't
on
think
you.
I know you've been crushed. Right, yeah.
So you're saying Michael Jordan back then would have been on the bench the whole time?
Absolutely, being considered how to think about that, and that's the truth.
This isn't just a Wilt Chamberlain thing either.
It
but
it
guys
went
like
from-
Julius
it went
Erving
from
and many
prompt-
others have
okay.
made claims like this as well. At one point, this was a common narrative coming from the older generation, that the 90s was the era of soft basketball. 30 years after Wilt played, people were belittling the competition of Michael Jordan.
That
And
is a
now, 30
winky
years after Michael
game.
Jordan played, people are belittling the competition of the modern game. Now sure, in different eras, there are different rules. In the 80s, you could straight up clobber someone and not get severely punished for it, since the flagrant foul basically wasn't implemented until the year 1990. With that being said, a guy who's 6'9", 260 pounds is allowed to dish
Thank
out
you.
physical punishment as well. Sure, the bad boy Detroit Pistons would have tried to clobber a guy like LeBron James, but that's
you
easier said than done. Defensive play styles like
never
that
think,
would
what if
certainly be
LeBron
an
would've
adjustment
swung
for
back?
modern players. But when you say a guy like LeBron
never
or Steph
envisioned that.
Curry wouldn't survive in the 80s or 90s, do you mean that literally? If not, do you mean that they would just retire? Of course they wouldn't. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it just depends on how you look at the whole time travel shit. Because I've always said, like, yo, plop Steph Curry from 2022 to the 60s. He is cooking the whole league. Like, for real.
Oh my God, yeah, it's not even funny. You would have to literally punch and kick him to stop him. And
Yeah.
even then, I think he just. And then I hate to say this on some anime shit, so I think he just speed blitzes. I think he's just that much faster than most of them dudes, and it just didn't matter.
But this is my thing, though. On the same token, if Steph Curry was born in 1945 and grew up with different sets of influences, didn't have Allen Iverson to look up to, handles and technology was not there, I wouldn't be surprised if he developed to a player like Bob Cousy. Like,
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
know what that Steph looks like. I agree. I do think Steph was destined not to gawk him. I do think Steph was destined to master what a guard could master at that point in time. So if a three-point line wasn't there, I think he would have been an excellent mid-range shooter, and he would have had the balls to pull up from deep too. And then when the three-point line get drawn, here we go. But he might not have ended up being the greatest to do it. He might have inspired a future guy. But I 100% agree with that. But like I said during the video, I'm going to just reiterate it because nobody talks about it. Motherfuckers act like they would get punched on all the time. Niggas don't talk about what if Giannis swings back. like back in the 80s and 70s, Bozo would talk about, oh yeah, we would fuck him up. He wouldn't know what to do. Shit, if it's a street fight, not gonna lie, I'm taking 6'11" Giannis over like Bob Cousy. Funny, like I'm taking that all day, every day. Tony Kukoc or Shaq. I'm taking Shaq. Like, what are we doing? So
my biggest, to just add on to like what my take would be for this video, I'm gonna just get one off. My thing is the insane gatekeeping in the community from all angles.
ooh,
That is the
that was
biggest
my
one
three.
to me.
That's my three.
And
That's
I'll
my
explain
three.
why. I just feel like we can all, doesn't matter, you know, if you played basketball or not, we can come to the same conclusions just in different ways. Like a motherfucker like, I don't know, Gilbert Arenas can look at Michael Jordan and say he's the best scorer of all time and, you know, break it down without using analytics at all. But if I can give you that exact same breakdown by just backing it up with statistical facts and also actually showing you game footage as well, even though I've never played a lick of pro basketball, then what the fuck are we talking about? I just feel like we can all come to the same conclusions regardless of our experience, and as long as that conclusion is backed up with facts and evidence, I just don't see this whole, you know, idea of gatekeeping basketball to a certain degree. And the thing that also annoys me about it too is people aren't even consistent with the gatekeep narrative. Like if you had 10 motherfuckers in a room that said, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we need to gatekeep basketball. Not everyone can talk about hoops. Out of those 10 people, 2 motherfuckers are gonna say, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, if you're not a top 50 all-time NBA player, you can't talk. 3 of those dudes saying, yo, if you never played pro basketball, you can't talk. 2 of those dudes, hey man, you know, at least make varsity on their high school team. And you, but that's what I'm saying though. The dude,
One of them gonna say only I can talk.
yeah, one of them is gonna say only I can talk.
talk.
But then the dude who says, yo, you gotta be an all-time great to talk about this shit, he is gonna disagree with the dude that says, yo, you just gotta play pro basketball. So to me, it's just inconsistent. And also, I've just seen pro basketball players say some dumb shit. Say some dumb shit that just logically, you don't need much experience in the sport of basketball to understand why it does not make sense.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
Yeah, that well explained. The checkmate on it, because that was my number 3. So like not even more than a sentence ad. Players disagree. GGs. If by your logic every player would think the same, they don't. GGs. That's my 3. 2, I'm not gonna explain it because we're only supposed to do 1. 2 is what I've echoed time and time again. Niggas don't watch the game. They get it off of Twitter. I don't need to go into detail. You aren't watching basketball. You're literally taking tweets and commenting it. Shout out to the other stream platforms we've been on. It's Twitter takes. For one, kind of ties into the gatekeeping thing, and it's such a Mickey thing, but the more you think about it, the more nasty it really is. The idea that a fan cannot talk about their team in a common sensual way. Because I get it, a lot of you Twitter niggas, you're different. And as a result, you have the nigga in your profile picture and you stand that team to a certain degree. So as a result, you feel like you're the high and mighty to be the only ones to talk about your team. But let me be clear. I am sick and tired of an outside fan looking at that person and telling them the one team they watch all season long, look, they might overrate their player. That's fine. And I'm not saying this is in terms of attack on me. For real, it's Warriors fans probably deal with the shit the most, and that side of Twitter be weird nowadays, don't it? But I'm telling you, I've seen too many people get into argument with these Warriors Avies, these Laker fans, these Raptor fans, Heat fans, whoever, and they're telling them that they don't know anything about their team, or that if they say that their player is better than a different player, that they're overrating that player, when it just might be true. It just might factually be true. Or this team struggles against this defense, and now they just suck. You're just a fan. Like, it's so Mickey, but it's very annoying. I had something better than this, funny enough. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It just slipped my mind. I should have wrote it down. I'll comment it if it comes back to me, or I'll try to sneak in a snippet if it comes back to me. But golly, that shit is like my honorable mention one, because it's just the nitpicky thing that kind of pisses me off. These stan accounts that either go too far, let alone the people that act like the stan accounts don't know nothing. If there's one thing they know, is that thing. So what are we doing?
I'd say it kind of builds off of what I already said. The try-hard NBA fan that, like, when you say something casual, yo, you just don't know ball for real, and says that to anyone who says, like, a misinformed take. Correct. I just feel like, and maybe this is its own hot take, yo, bro, you are not better than folks just because you sit in your house all day watching all 30 teams in the NBA, all 30 of them. All right. And then after you watch those games, you watch college. Then after those games, you watch high school. And then you watch women's basketball. And then you watch EuroLeague. And you sit in the house all day analyzing film. I'm sorry. It's not the flex that you think it is. You're going to win a lot of Twitter space debates. You're going to win a lot of Twitter debates. You're going to be a king in the comment section. But I promise you, and this is what we've embraced on this channel, we're not trying to, and maybe Sage, correct me if I'm wrong, we're not trying to be NBA experts on this channel. Because shout out to Rage. Rage tweeted this out when I was talking about that travel rule during the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, yo, you're supposed to be a NBA YouTuber. Like, how do you not understand this rule? I think y'all, at least y'all got me fucked up in terms of, like, my intentions with this platform and being an NBA YouTuber. Yo, bro, I am just like y'all. I am an NBA fan. I just know how to talk on the mic. And I just know how to record and edit videos. That's it. I don't think I'm better than y'all. Like for real. I'm not trying to be the smartest in the room. I'm done trying to be like, the next Stephen A. Smith, the highest IQ basketball guy in the, like, I'm done doing that, bro. I'm just a fan of the game, and I'm just trying to speak my opinions on certain shits. We can debate about it in the comment section. We can debate about it on Twitter, but just like this whole like era of try hard motherfuckers that call everyone a casual, like, yo, it's not a flex that all you do is live, breathe, and consume basketball, bro. It's not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You're lucky Rage knows you. That nigga don't know I'm alive. That nigga don't know I'm alive for shit. But what I will say is, I was happy when I seen that shit too, though. Because niggas will turn to me and you as like some major source of media. I don't want to be a source of media. Don't get me wrong. I like my dick sucked every now and then. So it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that you think I'm a goat type shit. But ultimately, nah, bro. I literally uploaded a video last night on J Hood to the Lakers. Like, who the fuck is that? Like, and not on some disrespectful shit. I was literally like, hey, I don't watch college. Who is this? Is this a good pick? Is it a bad pick? Should we got Cam? And they were like, actually, no, you're going to love the nigga at 40. I love that type of shit. Versus a section like, maybe you'll watch it and find out. No, I don't watch college. I'm sorry. And then a hot take, and I guess we're just ranting at this point, souls, but I ain't gonna lie. The niggas that be doing all the shit that you assholes, where they watch for 40 hours and shit, half the time they don't even understand what they watching. A lot of times y'all just have the game on, but you don't know how to debate, which is pathetic, by the way. It's basic skill. Let alone do you not understand what's going on in the court. Because sometimes you'll think of some solution and it be dead wrong. For example, the motherfuckers that think you should just double Jokic on the handoff. You're an idiot. Like, he'll pack you up in two if you do that shit. So it's so many things about the community that pisses me off. I think my favorite one just came back to me, but this video's been way too long, so I'll put it in the comment section. But dog, man, y'all gotta tighten up. Why is football discourse better? Why is baseball discourse getting better? Why is soccer discourse sound like a dream? To be honest, I just don't know a shit about soccer. It's getting fucking pathetic, bruh.
Listen, man, let me know what y'all hate about the NBA/basketball community in the comment section down below. We'll definitely be reading the comments on this one. Shout out to Johnny Arnett again for the video. He has some good takes as well. I know we get shit on for being an old head too much. It's cool though. You know, shout out to the old heads.
Yeah, I say everybody need a Go ahead, Johnny.
With that being said, we'll catch you on the next one though. Peace out.
Peace.